Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. So today we're over on the free-to-play account. We are in chapter 20-30, so we're halfway through chapter 20 at this point, and we're going to be looking at two heroes today, which since I've started AFK Arena, the dynamic has changed drastically to the heroes you want to focus on. So looking when you're starting a new account, early game, mid game, Shemira has always been the carry. So ultimately, gearing her up, getting her signature item to a plus 30, getting her artifacts, she was the carry. Looking at her abilities, of course, the Tortured Soul ability allows you to do continuous damage. 50% of all damage will heal Shemira. That is really the big point, is when she does damage, it brings her a heal. Meaning that early game, mid game, when you don't quite have the support classes built, she is going to be able to tank and survive with her healing ability. And she also does come with the Soul Siphon. So again, this is another heal that she can have. It is actually a life leech, but ultimately she has two forms to keep her alive, allowing her survivability while she does a considerable amount of damage. The problem that we find with Shemira is that as she progresses to mid-game, even kind of late game, roughly chapters 20 plus, 25 plus, she starts falling off damage-wise. So she doesn't have enough sustainable damage, and the heal that she gets at the point of having support classes to really help out the heroes is kind of gone. And again, early game, mid game, she can support really well. When it comes to the mid game to the later game, not really finding a niche for her to use. The only place that you'll start using Shemira as you progress further is in the Twisted Realm. You'll use her with the Dark Namora bosses. She is really the go-to hero, and that is what she is built for. The AoE that she does combined with Rose to just continuously ult makes her very strong. So since Shemira is no longer the early game carry, who replaced her? It was Daimon. So Daimon is a hero that you're actually going to use for the entire game, guys. He's used in early game, very solid carry. He can do it by himself. Mid game, even late game, even end game are still running Daimon. So essentially the priority now shifts from building Shemira to building Daimon when it comes to the team comp, especially again early game. This is one of the reasons why I started this account. We started a Shemira carry. It was okay on my free-to-play account on the test server. We did a Shemira carry. It's worked pretty well, but ultimately Daimon will be a far superior hero for the length of game through AFK Arena to ultimately build. Now he does it a little different, where she has the life leech, and she also does have the heal from the ultimate ability. He relies more on shields. So his Soulfius ability uses the can go in conjunction with the blood shield, will be used against the two enemies with the highest maximum health value. While Daimon is using the shield, he will suffer 35% of the damage received by his allies, but will not die. So not only does he have a factor where he will not die from the other damage that he's taking, he essentially deals damage while blocking other heroes from the damage as well. Then looking at the blood shield, steals 18% from the highest enemy with the highest maximum health, converts it into a shield that lasts 5 seconds. This is really the most important part of Daimon, because with this blood shield, as the enemy units continue to get stronger and stronger, this will scale, and this will scale perfectly. Looking at level 4, percentage of max health stolen from enemies is increased to 26%. So they're taking 26% of the enemy with the highest maximum health, converting it into a shield, meaning that, again, as the heroes do get stronger, Daimon is going to scale with them, where Shemira does not. Shemira doesn't scale with the healing, doesn't scale with the damage. So ultimately, that is why Daimon has become a hero that everybody wants to use. Inanimate Companion uses Dull Stitchy to attack the enemy in front of him, doing a little bit of damage, but allowing a stun. Plus, look, after 9 seconds, Stitchy converts 150% of the damage he received during the previous 9 seconds into health. So similar to Shemira, he has his own heals built in, he has his own shields built in, and it scales with the teams. That's really the big important thing to remember. His abilities will scale where Shemira's do not, which of course the last one is Forbidden Power. Deals additional damage, but receives 120% damage himself. The effect cannot kill him. Again, he can be at 1 hit point and be shielded, still surviving throughout the battle. So his survivability is very, very high, which is further brought on, of course, by his signature item. After using the ability Blood Shield while it is in use, he gains 20% of the attack rating and defense rating. Again, when it comes to the percentage based, that is really, really strong. Looking at the plus 20, gains 40% of the target's attack rating, 60% of the target's defense rating. Again, the scalability of Daimon, there is no cap. So essentially, as the enemies are getting stronger, he is going to get stronger because he's still stealing the same percentage, which again is far, far superior than how they have Shemira built out. So essentially here also with his furniture, 9 of 9 is very, very strong. 3 of 9 is really the priority. Enemies that have already dealt damage to Daimon receive 40% increased damage for 3 seconds, which again is very, very strong because he is stealing the attack and the defense, getting stronger while sending the damage back to the enemies. Then of course is 9 of 9. Enemies that have already dealt damage to Daimon receive 40% increased damage for 6 seconds. This ability cannot stack. So you're doubling the amount of time that these enemies are taking more damage. When Daimon dies, if Daimon dies, all allies receive a shield equal to 20% of his max health, which again is very powerful because he's stealing it from the enemies as the enemies do get stronger. So ultimately, guys, running 2 free-to-play accounts, definitely I would go towards Daimon. Daimon would be the first one to build, especially in the Graveborn faction. Really, really strong carry, and he will carry you through the entire game. Shemira does well and will continue to do well, but ultimately when it comes to the late game, when it comes to AFK Arena, I really view it as a long-term investment and a long-term game. The more that you invest with Daimon early game, he is going to carry you further and further through the campaign. Even when you get to multi-stages, Daimon is still utilized in a lot of the team comps. So guys, again, starting early mid-game, definitely I would build Daimon before Shemira. Shemira will come with Twisted Realm, or she will just be merked from other individuals. So her usefulness is down quite a bit from what it used to be. Again, when I started AFK Arena, Shemira was the ultimate hero to build. She was one of the first ones you always wanted to build because she was a solid carry. Looking at the AFK Arena of today, that unfortunately is not the same case today as it used to be. So guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.